the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the season at a 1.5 mile track with a Gen 6 car. We did it. It's over with. Let's talk about it. So the first half of this race had a lot of interesting talking points. This race is broken up into 4 stages because it is just that long, so 3 stages doesn't cover it. 4 stages, 100 laps, 200 laps, 300 laps, 400 laps. And the first stage had Kevin Harvick going into the wall with a cut tire. Now, no one really knows what happened. Maybe he ran something over. There was no indication of anything that happened, so probably a cut tire by running something over into the wall, and day done for Kevin Harvick, who started at the back and drove all the way up to around 5th place before that happened. So, but he's also won like 5 times already, so he'll be just fine. After that, we had one of the drivers from Banter Motorsports in William Byron. He just loses it going into turn 1. And a lot of drivers did lose their cars in this race. William Byron got into the wall, and his day was pretty much done from that. Kyle Busch wins stage 1. We head into stage 2. A couple of these restarts were pretty hairy. Guys were being very aggressive because there's the PJ traction grip in the middle and upper lane of the corner, so there's a little bit more grip up there, trying to entice more side-by-side racing. And then there's an incident with Jimmy Johnson and Denny Hamlin where Jimmy then goes for a spin and drivers have to avoid him, like Joey Logano has to do some evasive action to avoid him. Now, who is at fault for this? It is Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson just kind of cuts down on Hamlin. Hamlin was there. Hamlin can't really back off. He's there, and Jimmy kind of cuts across his nose, so I would have to say Jimmy's in the fault for that one. But before that, Jimmy Johnson was running around 4th to 5th place, so he was finally showing speed, something we haven't seen pretty much all year, so that was nice to see. As stage 2 carries on, Kyle Busch is still leading. No one can really touch him. There's good racing from, I would say, 10th on back. I mean, I would have to... 10th to 15th, 5th to 15th, that kind of area was all right. I mean, people were able to go side by side. But once the green flag run got going, once people got spread out, and once the tire fall off happened, which I actually really like the tire that Goodyear brought. I think they did a great job with the tire. It fell off, it had a lot of fall off, gave a lot of grip initially, but had a lot of fall off about a second after around 10 laps, 2 seconds after 20 laps. So really good tire there, but once the field got spread out, I mean, it was pretty painful to watch. Stage 2 ends with another Kyle Busch win. He's dominating out towards the front. And then Kyle Larson goes for a spin. Now, he goes for a spin in turn 1, is able to save it and keep it off the wall coming out of 2. When you look at it first time, nothing's really, different in there. It's just a spin. He just lost control. But when you look at it again, he wheel hops going into turn 1. I've never seen someone wheel hop at Charlotte. That's usually a thing you see at short tracks or road courses, but obviously these setups are so aggressive now with the car is so low to the ground and the body on the car being so close to the tires now and just everything's pushing down on it that something weird happened. Something aggressive with the setup where Larson just wheel hopped into 1 and he lost control of the car. So that's something that you're not going to see very often. And let's get my lights back. After that, Ryan Blaney, who was running pretty well for most of the race, he had a bit of engine issues and he probably went down a cylinder or something. The engine went wrong around lap 150, so he had to run the entire race basically just hoping it wouldn't blow up, and then finally it did blow up. He went up into flames. He was fine and got out of the car, but Ryan Blaney's raced on 3rd DNF of the season. I feel kind of bad for Ryan Blaney because every time he DNFs, he's having a really good run. He's either leading or he's running top 5 and then he DNFs, so it's pretty unfortunate for Ryan Blaney. Stage 3 is won by Kyle Busch, and then stage 4, I have nothing to talk about. It was a fantastic finish. It was a historic finish. Kyle Busch had a really, really good race, and he won by a lot. Only 9 cars on the lead lap. There was a 15-second gap from Kyle Busch to 3rd place, who was Denny Hamlin, and Truex was in the middle around 5 seconds back, and there really is nothing to talk about. I mean, green flag pit stops happened in stage 4, but nothing happened. I mean, Kyle Busch lapped up to 9th place. I mean, I can't really mention anything. He dominated the show, and that's what happened. So with Kyle Busch dominating the race, let's go to the race results. And this time I included the gap differential and the lap down counter just so you guys can get an understanding where everyone was at the finish. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, 3 Toyotas round out your top 3. Brad Keselowski in 4th. Now, interesting to see here, 3 Chevys, including 1 Hendrick car. Jimmy Johnson in 5th place. Oh, did I say Hendrick car? No. 1 Banter Motorsport car. 1 Banter Motorsport car in 5th place with Jimmy Johnson. Then Jamie Mack. Then Kyle Larson. Kurt Busch. Alex Bowman, another Banter Motorsport car in the Chevrolet. He got a good run in 9th place. So good job for Banter Motorsports. 2 cars in the top 10. And then the 3rd car for Banter Motorsports in Chase Elliott in 11th. But again, pretty disappointing for Chase. I just needs to do a lot better. Obviously, all of Banter Motorsports needs to do a lot better, so that's pretty unfortunate for them. Clint Bowyer, Eric Almirola, Paul Menard, and Daniel Suarez round out your top 15. But you could definitely see Chevys are in there more so than they've been in recent weeks. Will it mean anything? We don't know. From what I heard, and I think you guys heard too if you listen to the television broadcast and what Darrell Waltrip was saying, and some of the things on Twitter, is that the 48 team brought a different engine package, like an upgraded or new engine package, and maybe that's why the 48 car ran well. Also, that Hendrick Motorsports just got, or I'm sorry, Banter Motorsports finally got the OSS system in the shop for Banter Motorsports, which is Hendrick, but I just keep saying Banter. I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna call him Hendrick again. Basically, the OSS system is the laser inspection system. It's what the teams use to go through tech, and you know why Kevin Harvick failed like 3 times in qualifying, and the teams continuously try to push the limits, and they just got the exact kind of replica of the OSS system in their shop. Why they didn't have it sooner, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going off things I've heard off Twitter, basically, which is not usually good things to go off of. But also what Darrell Waltrip said, if they just got the OSS system in their shop, I'm confused as to why it took this long to get it in the shop. And hopefully that now they do have it, they can make their cars better. That's the only hope for Hendrick Motorsports, aka Banter Motorsports. Also, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got a top 10. I thought that I should just point that out because it was a pretty good run for a Roush Fenway car. He's been doing a good job compared to his teammates, or teammate in Matt Kenseth or Trevor Bayne, whichever race it is. So, good job, Ricky Stenhouse. And then the rest of your race results, you see Bubba, you see Kenseth, you see McDowell. Eric Jones had a torrid of a race on pit road. He was running up there towards the front most of the time, but some pit road issues. Uncontrolled tire on the last stop. Before that, Casey Kane's just knocked the pit crew's gun basically out of his hand. And Casey Kane finished 20th. Speaking of Casey Kane, he had a good run. Casey Kane was running in the top 10 some of this race, and mostly in the top 15. So Casey had a good run. I don't know how he finished 20th, but he should have finished better than that. And then, like I said, you see the rest of your results. Joey Logano, I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of struggled most of the night. And you'll see Kevin Harvick in the back as well, finishing last place along with William Byron there in 39th. That's Kevin Harvick's first last place finish in his career, which is just an interesting fact. Now, let's talk about overall the race. Comment down below what you thought of the race. I think a lot of people, obviously, it's going to happen, are going to compare it to the All-Star race. How was it compared to the All-Star race? Obviously, the All-Star race was more fun. Yeah, I would definitely say that. Listen, when only 9 cars are on the lead lap and 1 car leads 378 of the laps, here's the thing. I don't mind Kyle Busch dominating. I know it frustrates a lot of people, and I completely understand, but I feel like, to me, there's always going to be a dominant car. This year, there's 2 of them, Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. It's not that really bothers me. It's just the rest of the racing. It's just the car itself. It's just the fact that, for some reason, and I don't know why, just the top 3 or 4 cars just are able to pull away, but they can't get close to each other. But for some reason, at most tracks we see, 5th through 15th are close to each other. I don't know if it's because of performance gaps. I'm not really exactly sure. It's just something with this car and something with the aero that just pisses me off, and I'm not going to continue to talk about it because we talk about it every damn 1.5 mile week, and I'm sick of it. So I'm just going to move on. You guys can comment down below, but I'm just going to move on and rate the race. I give it, courtesy of Raw Gator, a 3 out of 3 M&Ms for Kyle Busch. He did a great job. In reality, probably a 4 out of 10. I mean, I'm so sick of this car. I'm so sick of this package. But we have to survive for this year and for next year until we get Gen 7. We just got to do it. We got to stick together as a fan base and survive through the storm, my friends. We can do it.
Probably these are the timing those waves out, watching that water move in. He's been in these situations a lot, by the way.
But as a reminder, the next short track race is until August. So good luck, because we have to survive till August until a short track race. Son of a...
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
If you like the video, make sure to like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to calm down to the fact that we don't have a short track race until bloody August. I don't know how that's possible, but unfortunately, it is like that. And I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. God bless Gen 6. God bless Kyle Busch. God bless Clean Air. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change, even if I tried. My love, she keeps me warm.